It was my choice, James. I wanted to help. I wanted to help. No, I wanted to make out with you. Like, that's the truth. Hello and welcome to Seduce Me. We're actually right in the middle of a kind of dramatic battle right now. Malix is here.
It would seem that your grandfather had some sort of protective barrier around this house. From the looks of it, it only disables hellborn magic.
I don't even understand. Like, was my grandfather like a warlock? Was he, like, did he know incubi? Like, are incubi not hellborn mad? Are they like angels? Like, what? Tell me more. Malix's face grew to that of extreme anger, his fist tightening as if he was crushing a stress ball.
Then what's stopping me from dragging your asses out and shooting you then?
Probably nothing. Out of pure instinct, I stepped forward and placed myself between Malix and the boys. Why? With no power, Malix wasn't going to fight. I took that chance to stand up to him instead of being powerless like I was in the dream. I'm gonna say leave them alone. Leave them alone! Max stared wide-eyed at my words. I could feel the boys do the same from behind me. Malix then smirked and leaned in nose to nose with me.
And just who the fuck are you?
That's none of your concern.
You got a big mouth, nameless bitch. You best be careful who you speak to.
Wow. All of a sudden, I felt a hand grip my hair and pull it back, forcing me to cry out and stare up at Malix. His eyes bored into mine as he cackled in my face.
Hey, let her go! Sam, Eric!
Within mere seconds, Sam had punched Malix square in the jaw, forcing him to let my hair go. As I fumbled back, Eric caught me in his arms, gently pulling me away from Malix and back in their group.
Come on, Sam. You and me, right here. Let's go!
Come on, asswipe!
Oh, God. However, before both could fight, the woman stepped forward and placed a firm grip on Malix's shoulder.
That's enough, Malix.
What? Who do you think you're speaking to, woman?
The girl who's going to help you kill them. Just not now.
She's so pretty.
Not now.
I stared as the girl spoke down to Malix. She looked the same, just like pure evil. However, she seemed to be concerned for Malix. Or for me. Oh! Can we bromance her? Lady Demon!
There's 5 of them and 2 of us. Even if we come back with the gang, they can have the place surrounded by human police.
Can't they just kill human police, like, really easily?
Then we shoot everyone!
Uh-huh.
Think! If we shoot everyone, we'll be hunted. And it'll be a matter of time before makeshift paladins come and try to exorcise us.
Oh, makeshift paladins? Maybe my grandfather was a paladin. Okay. The two growled at each other. If they could have used their magic, I could sense that fire would glow from under their teeth. Malix grunted and glared at the boys. He pointed at James, wanting so badly to use his fingers like a knife.
Just wait, pretty boys. We'll get you and fuck you up real good.
Oh, God. Okay. I'm just cutting off that laugh. Then Malix turned to me, moving his finger to point directly between my eyes.
And don't think you're safe. Step outside. I dare you.
Oh, God. Okay. All right. With that, Malix and the woman walked out of the mansion. The doors closed behind them, leaving the boys and I alone once again. I felt my knees give out from under me, forcing the boys to quickly turn to catch me.
Whoa, whoa! Are you alright?
Yeah, why was he here?
He's been closely tracking us. Our blood trail from the forest must have led him here.
We should have stopped him and finished it here.
For once, Matthew, I agree with you.
I stood up and rubbed my arms, feeling the goosebumps Malix left behind on me. I couldn't stop myself from shivering in fear of his words. Malix, Was he a demon?
That son of a bitch is not a demon. He's a devil.
Oh, okay. Apparently there's a distinction. See, these guys are demons, but not devils. A devil? There's a difference?
Yes. Demons come from a different plane of existence called the abyssal planes. Devils, however, come from one of the 7 circles of a place humans know as hell. Despite us not being human, we are very different creatures.
Okay, we're getting some lore.
We actually have brains, for one. Devils always like to cause trouble and try to kill or torture others for their own enjoyment. Demons, like us, know when to use our powers and when not to. We're not stupid.
Devils follow orders from higher-ups in their order, and their power only comes from their connection to hell. Demons all have free wills and don't rely on where they came from to use their powers.
Wait, so devils don't have free will? I realize they follow orders, but like, do they have to? This is all so confusing. Demons and devils and magic all existed, and I happened to land in the middle of it. Maybe, what if Mika's something special? What if she's like a paladin or whatever? What do we do?
You're safe. You've been protected as well.
What?
What Damien's saying is that the magic that protects this place also protects you.
Your grandfather must have cast it when you last saw him or something of that nature. We can sense its aura around your body.
Couldn't believe my ears. It was the 3rd day of surprises, and this one took the cake in being the most surprising. I felt my head spin once again. What did I get myself into?
Miss, please don't worry. We'll find a way to train ourselves and become stronger to finally finish this feud.
Honestly, there are 5 of you, and there were only 2 of them at that point. Like, come on.
I'm gonna kick his ass right now.
Until then, we'll protect you as much as we can. If Malix comes back, we'll be here for you.
But what about going outside? Won't he...
Like we said, you have a protection spell on you. Even if Malix attacks you, he won't be able to use his magic on you. He'd be just like any other human you can fight back against.
A human? Girl, have you seen... I said girl, and you're not a girl. I'm sorry. I just mean, like, have you seen Mika? She is a little tiny twig, and I don't think she knows how to fight.
Didn't you say you knew Taekwondo?
Oh, do I? Yes. Well, yeah. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, yes. Good job, Mika, learning Taekwondo. I felt somewhat relieved that I was mostly safe from Alex. Still, I could not help but feel very nervous and apprehensive about the future. The boys were safe here to train and become stronger. But what if Malix did the same? Even more so, I was lost about how my grandfather knew about magic. I had to find out. At least I had time. I went to bed that night feeling nervous. Okay, let's go on. They're only staying until after they defeat Malix. Yeah, then we're kicking them all out. That's right. Temporary insanity, as Kay would say. Who the heck is Kay? Is that someone I need to know? Is this some pop culture reference and I'm just dumb? The question was then, would I want them to leave? If my life went back to normal, then I'd have to care for the house all on my own. You could get people to work there. I'd get to focus on my life instead of being distracted by the boys. I'd have to. My life. Where was my life going anyways? Enough. Let's just sleep and deal with tomorrow when it comes.
I promise to be with you forever.
Who is this? Naomi?
You're so important to me.
Suzu?
I swear I'll give my life to you.
James?
Please, let me love you.
Oh, that's definitely Eric. Oh, you're killing me.
I'll be by your side, always.
Oh, that's Sam.
I can't imagine living without you.
That's Matthew.
I want to be with you.
That's Damien. I know their voices.
I love you.
Wait, I don't remember who that is. I don't know this. I slowly opened my eyes, letting the voices of my dream echo in my head and force me awake. I rubbed my eyes before sitting up and looking at my clock. 7 a.m.? Why am I up so early? I fell back onto the bed and closed my eyes, trying to go back to sleep. However, something kept me awake. Why? It's too early to even be alive. Okay, so what am I going to do? Explore the house, make some coffee, work on homework. Let's explore the house! I decided it was a good idea to wander around the house. I never really explored it much as a child, so there were bound to be new surprises. Well, come on, Pete. Let's go on an adventure. Quickly, I found an old office. A desk and chair sat by the far side as a large bookshelf of documents and memorabilia donned its nooks and crannies. I don't believe I've been in here before. Ooh, I'm curious. Ooh, a couple of books and sewing kits. One drawer, however, was locked, no matter how many times I pulled. Grr, come on, open! Nothing, it would not budge. The drawer beside it did, though, revealing a laptop. Why is there a laptop in a drawer? Why wouldn't they just keep it on top of the desk? Ooh, it was a high-tech laptop with a retina scanner as a pass lock. Should she try to unlock it? Yes, try it. To my surprise, I heard a ping come from the computer before the screen opened to a desktop. Huh, look at that. On the desktop were documents and folders labeled with different aspects of the Anderson Company. Taxes, profits, bylaws, products, the list went on and on. If I really did want to become the CEO of Anderson Toys Company, I had everything about it at my fingertips. Dad'd sure be impressed. One icon, however, stood out from the rest. Virago? I double-clicked the icon, but no window came up. Instead, I heard a large click come from the drawer that was locked. Magical! What the? I slowly left my seat and walked over to the drawer, attempting to open it again. It slid open smoothly in the direction of my pulling hand, revealing 2 books. One was a plain black journal with a tie to keep it closed. The other was bound in leather with cryptic symbols all over the cover. I took out the journals and skimmed through it, seeing my grandfather's notes. They were all detailed explanations and opinions on his findings on demon magic. He really did know about magic. Okay, so she's reading. It's fascinating. A page of important spells. Great, great, great. I started to feel more energetic and more powerful simply reading my grandfather's notes. She's like a witch. Ooh, the more powerful I became. Okay, so she put the book back and she snapped out of it. Huh? What? I shook my head and looked at the drawer, realizing what I had done. I walked over to the desk to reopen the lock, but suddenly felt the need to stop. Something held me back and didn't want me to pry any more than I already had. Okay. She's gonna go back to sleep. Come on, get to the good stuff. Finally, Sundays were very boring. Oh my gosh, no, they are relaxing. However, the muffled sounds of battle caught my attention. Huh? I quickly went out to the backyard in response to the noise I had heard. In the yard were all 5 boys practicing fighting. Sam was in the middle with the other 4 surrounding him and throwing punches and kicks at him. Sam, being the strongest of the bunch, blocked and dodged each almost masterfully. I will not disturb them. I just watched. Ooh, the boys were very much in their own world, focusing on the training they all were in. It was better not to disturb them. I checked the time and decided to head inside to the kitchen. I was getting hungry and I'm sure the boys would need to eat soon, so lunch was a must. Might as well make lunch today. It's been a while since I cooked. Lunch wasn't particularly hard. I decided to make cut sandwiches, pizza, chicken and rice. Oh, these all sound good. Let's do chicken and rice. Gotta keep their energy and strength up with protein. I took my time to make almost perfect chicken breasts alongside some rice. Cooking wasn't hard unless you didn't know what you were doing in the first place. I mean, isn't that true of everything in the entire world? It's not hard once you know what you're doing. I placed the food in the dining room. However, none of the boys were there by the time I brought the final dish out. I carried that dish to the main lobby, catching the boys separating into different rooms of the house. Part of me wanted to go to one in particular. The other part of me wanted to just leave them be and take the food in my hand to my room and eat. Maybe I could go out today while the boys focus on training. Ooh, no, we gon' find one. James! I found James in the library. I wonder if it's because I chose him earlier that's why. Sitting in one of the comfy leather seats reading a book. As I stepped in, James looked up at me before closing the book and standing.
Oh, hello.
Hi! Hey, James, I got some lunch for you. I cooked it myself. You're welcome.
That is very kind of you. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. James took his food and sat back down, placing the book he was reading on the table in front of him and setting the dish on his lap.
I'm sorry. I should have asked you first before exploring the house and finding this room.
Huh? Oh, no, you're fine. Remember, you live here too, so any room besides mine is free to be in.
Still, you're the master of the house. I should have asked.
It's fine, really. James nodded at me with an understanding smile before eating his food. I followed along and ate with him, taking the open chair beside his. Soon, however, I began to feel a little restless. I'll check out the book. Does that heart mean he likes me? Okay, I examined it. Love and Romance, a study of intimacy. Oh, scandalous! James let out a small, nervous cough before he stopped eating and placed his food on the table.
Demons and humans are very different when it comes to affairs of the heart. I merely wanted to try learning a little more while I had the chance. I found that while I was looking around the room and had only just begun reading.
He is trying to read up on how to romance me, and it is so cute. Love is different to demons? How so? James smiled before crossing his legs, getting comfy for the small lecture he was about to give.
Love isn't just a human emotion, miss. Demons like us feel them too. In fact, incubi and succubi feel emotions the most because of our link to sexual energy. However, we don't really experience love. We know of lust and passion.
Wait, so they never are in love? But passion drives love.
For humans, yes. For demons, it fuels our need to breed and increase the strength of our lineage as well as quells the hunger we have for sexual energy. It's very hard for us to develop feelings from passion, despite how easy it may logically seem.
You hunger for energy? I could tell I struck a nerve with James. As I mentioned the word hunger, his arm twitched, obviously wanting to do something other than remain on the armrest of his chair. He continued speaking regardless. Oh, he's getting hungry.
Sexual energy is our natural food source and is one of two ways to keep us alive. In the abyssal planes, there are many demons to feed off of who are always willing to give their energy up, so sexual hunger is never an issue.
They're always willing to...
In the human world, however, we've come to realize that getting energy is a little more difficult.
Didn't you just say you could, hold hands with someone, though? Can't you just touch a human for their energy like you all did with me?
That only gives us so much. A touch is merely a taste, while intimate sex is a banquet for us.
Oh my god, okay. I guess that was true. Humans weren't all about sex, and we were probably a lot more conservative than demons, at least. It would be hard to gain sexual energy from a human without doing something to them or catching them in the right mood.
This is why we have a mind-altering ability to convince humans to give in to their desires.
Rude!
It's not 100% effective, but it gives us a better possibility to get what we need.
Okay, well, that's creepy, though. Oh my god, why? What if you don't feed on sexual energy? What's the other way to stay alive?
Food, typically. However, we're weak without actual sexual energy. Without sexual energy, we become less than human. We have no power nor moral consciousness. We basically start to become unfriendly.
Oh my gosh, well, there's only one of me and there's 5 of you. So unless we're gonna do a harem situation, maybe you need to go out to the club or something? Are you hungry now? James didn't reply. He simply stared at me, unable to answer. However, I could tell that he was. He was clutching the armrest tightly, digging his fingers into the leather. I gently leaned close to him from my chair and reached to brush my fingers over his hand. If you really need energy, I'll help a little. No sex, but enough to stop the hunger, okay? Once again, I was greeted with silence from James. He seemed very nervous and uncertain about what to do, now that the approval was there. He was also frozen from my touch, softly and barely twitching at the feel of my skin against his. I could feel his hand grip the armrest harder. A small feeling of boldness then ran through my body, forcing me to cover his hand completely with my own before leaning nose to nose with James in seriousness. Alter my mind if you're concerned about me. I really do want to help you out. Oh yeah, you're just helping him out. It's not for you. We're being helpful. Oh my god, this music. All of a sudden, I felt something in my mind snap and ooze into the warm, fluffy feeling I felt before with Sam and Eric. I felt my body slightly heat up as James released the armrest and gently took my wrist. He gently pulled me out of my chair and onto his lap. Oh my god, okay. It's awkward to read, having me straddle him with my thighs. He stared deep into my eyes, his own glowing in hunger that I never would have expected to see from him.
I won't go overboard.
Oh my god, okay. Before I knew it, his lips were pressed hard against mine, my head being pulled to his by his hand on the back of my neck. I gently moved my hands to his shoulders and chest, melting in his lap and enjoying every feeling that ran through my body. I felt hot, desperate, and in need for more than just his kiss. One of my hands slid up his neck into his hair, as James lowered his kisses to my neck, gently groaning against my skin. I couldn't help but let out a small whimper of pleasure. I feel so awkward before reaching up and covering my mouth. I didn't want the others to hear me, and I was positive neither did James. James lowered his free hand to my lower back, pulling my body against his. I felt my energy slowly draining, causing me to cuddle closer to James' hold on me. He lowered his hand to my waist, squeezing it tightly as his tongue ravished my neck. I just have like a hilarious picture of someone just like licking somebody's neck. Just like, his hand that was on the back of my neck, however, gently came around and held onto a tail of my bow. I sucked in a breath, but James didn't pull it to untie the bow. Wait, where? The bow of what? Of her hair? Of the outfit? Of what? James lifted his lips from my neck and gently leaned his forehead to mine, rubbing nose to nose with me. He was gently breathing fast, softly red in the face, and as deep into the moment as I was.
I won't go any further if you don't want me to.
I could feel the hold of his mind-altering spell fade away, but I still felt hot. Something told me I wanted more, but at the same time I wasn't sure if I truly did want to give any more. Okay, because this is really uncomfortable, I'm just gonna stop because I don't want to read anymore. Okay, just go play the game by yourself if you want to see some more. Okay, yeah, she stopped. Let's stop here. I'm getting a little dizzy. James almost instantly grew a concerned face, sitting up with me still in his lap. A glaze of guilt ran across his eyes as he moved his hand from the bow on my blouse.
I'm very sorry for that. You didn't have to do that with me.
I giggled softly before lifting my finger to his lips, hushing him. I then smiled. It was my choice, James. I wanted to help. I wanted to help? No, I wanted to make out with you. Like, that's the truth.
Very well. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. It was, my pleasure. All right, we're going to end here. That was an embarrassing and awkward. I don't know what I expected with a sex demon game, but it's getting a little spicy. So thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.